My name is Phoenix Wright, and I'm a defense attorney. I've made a pledge to stand up for those who have no one else in their corner. No matter how tough the case may be, or how high the odds are stacked against us, I'll do whatever it takes to fight for the truth. But of course, there was a time before I made that pledge and earned my attorney's badge. 5 years ago, something changed the direction of my life and convinced me to be a voice for justice.
Listen, man, you should stop seeing her.
What? How is our relationship any of your business?
Please, this is for your own sake. She's bad news, and that's putting it lightly.
You're lying!
There's something you need to know about her before you get hurt.
Shut your mouth! She's not like that! There's no way! No, it's not my fault. It couldn't be. I didn't kill this guy! I kinda did.
Just for you Breaking it down 시로가 굴러그 눈이 두부서레를 말해니 When you're the right woman 곁에 올라갔대 Give me the time in the right time I'm thinking about you About you About you君だけをI'm searching for truth For truth真実を確信について偽り見抜いて断りを witness No witness I'm thinking about you About you About you
Almost time. I can't believe how nervous I am. You startled me, Mr. Grossberg. Good morning.
Now, Mia, there's no need to be so jumpy. You might get questioned for suspicious behavior.
I'm perfectly calm, thank you. Is this not the face of tranquility? Please forgive my outburst.
I understand the emotion, but no more manhandling. Your first time trying a case, eh? I, Marvin Grossberg, vow to be your rock.
Actually, to be clear, this will be my second time to try a case.
Nevertheless, you gave me quite a surprise. What made you come to me all fiery-eyed last night and insist on handling this?
When I heard about it yesterday, it caught my interest. The defendant's name is Phoenix Wright. He's accused of murder, and the official cause of death was electrocution.
And here he is. This is Phoenix Wright, the man whose freedom you will be fighting for today.
Thanks so much for taking my case. I know you can clear my name. I'll help you any way I can.
Yes, of course. Thank you, Mr. Wright.
Great! Oh, but my name, it's Wright, like the Flying Brothers.
I misspoke, Mr. Wright! It won't happen again. I swear on my life, I won't fail you. Forgive me.
All I want is to prove my innocence because I would never kill anybody.
I need to keep things in perspective. He's got every right to be nervous. Come on, Mia. Stay strong. My first trial a year ago was such a traumatizing experience. I thought I'd never set foot inside a courtroom again. But I can't keep running away. I have to go back and face my fears. And this time, I believe in myself. I'm gonna win this.
Order, please. This court is hereby in session to hear the murder trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright.
The defense team is ready to begin, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready as well.
Miss Fay, am I to understand that you will be leading the defense?
Yes. Is there a problem?
No, but I was under the impression Mr. Grossberg would be fulfilling duties of counsel.
Oh, well, Mr. Grossberg had an urgent matter that came up all of a sudden, so I'm here in his stead, Your Honor.
Is that the case? Because that man standing next to you looks a lot like him, Miss Fay.
That's true.
It turns out the urgent matter was that I desperately needed to observe this trial, Your Honor.
Well then, Mr. Payne, proceed with your opening statement.
It boggles the mind to think they would send someone so green to go against a rookie killer like me. Anyway, I'd like to proceed with a brief summary of the events in question. This tragic incident occurred one rainy afternoon on the local campus of Sorry.
Pharmacology.
Some fellow students happened upon the crime scene and noticed the authorities. Oh, notified. Ha! I can't read. Phoenix Wright sits before us. Wright is a third-year Ivy University student who is pursuing a degree in the arts, of all things. Apparently, this man and the late Mr. Swallow had some bad blood between the two of them.
Please elaborate.
You make it sound like there was some big feud, but...
Contain your coughing or we'll be forced to eject you.
But there was a disagreement between the two men. Wasn't there, young lady? Nothing to say? If you call yourself a defense attorney, surely you must know all about what went down.
So, he wants to test me, does he? Fine. I'm not scared of pain. I assume the so-called bad blood you mentioned has to do with Dahlia Hawthorne?
And who might that be?
Currently, the defendant's girlfriend. But until half a year ago, Miss Hawthorne could usually be found hanging on the arm of the victim, Mr. Swallow. I'm sure that romantic entanglement was the motive behind this senseless murder.
So it was your run-of-the-mill love triangle.
I object! You better keep my sweet Dolly out of this! You hear
Please
me?
take another
I will
look at
not
the
have you
victim in the
dragging her
crime
through the
scene
mud.
photo.
Is he holding a medicine bottle?
Indeed. It's Cold Killer Z, an elixir that claims it kills colds dead.
Hey, wait a second, that's mine! I've been trying to kill this cold with it, but I ended up losing the bottle somewhere that day. I could swear I had it on me till lunchtime, at least.
Defendant, control yourself.
I'm sorry, sir.
He behaves like a child.
Your Honor, the defendant's fingerprints were found all over the bottle, so he's telling the truth. Mere moments before his untimely death, the victim used the last bit of his strength he could muster to wrest it from the hands of his attacker, all to ensure that the killer would be identified as Phoenix Wright.
His argument carries incredible force!
Another thing I'd like to mention is the watch pictured here on the victim's wrist is broken.
Is that so?
The impact from the death blow is what likely caused it to break.
So we can take that to mean the time of the murder was exactly 3:05 p.m.
Let us proceed to the defendant's cross-examination. State your name and occupation.
Gladly. My name is Phoenix Wright. My occupation is, accused murderer.
What did you do before you were arrested?
Oh, I'm a college student.
Mr. Wright, please tell the court about the events of said day.
That morning, Doug had asked me to meet him behind the pharmacology department at 2:45 p.m. I was like, dude, I'm not into dicks like that, but I'll meet you there. Just don't show me anything weird. Never. That was the first time we'd spoken to each other. He said he wanted to talk to me about Dolly.
Dahlia Hawthorne. Right?
Yes, Dolly, my soulmate! This sweater I'm wearing is a token of our love, and she gave me this beautiful pendant. Before I met him, she and I had lunch together. She had made omelets, and it was just like eating a little bite of heaven.
You testified that you and the victim had a talk. Was that really all that happened?
What do you mean by that?
Did the situation get heated and escalate into something physical? Like shoving?
No way, I'm just not that kind of person. I would never lay a finger on the guy.
Objection! Please, Your Honor, go and take another look at the crime scene photo. You can see the victim was wearing a leather jacket. Upon further inspection, we found the defendant's palm print on the left breast. It's there clear as day. Obviously, Mr. Wright, your testimony to the court is full of lies!
Well, Wright, what do you have to say?
That's exactly what happened. I'm so sorry. I really did shove him.
Order in the court! Order, please!
I'm shocked. This is the first I've heard of
We're
it.
done, Mia. Might as well stick a big fork in us.
Yet, I can't just let it end like this.
I can think of only one way the defendant could have left such an unmistakable handprint. He assaulted the victim with an intent to kill!
That does make sense.
Miss Faye?
Even if my client did shove the victim, the blow did not actually cause his death. This is not a murder.
Care to explain that, defense?
Look at the autopsy report. It states the cause of death was electrocution.
He died by electrocution?
Remember what the weather was like? I mean, it was raining cats and dogs the entire day. Considering that fact, it stands to reason the most likely cause of death would be a lightning strike.
It was an act of God?
This wasn't a murder after all, but rather an unfortunate freak accident.
Oh, brilliant deduction, Miss Faye.
I wouldn't begin the celebration yet if I were you, young rookie. A seasoned prosecutor covers every base, so of course I investigated the meteorological report. There were, in fact, no lightning strikes in that area on the day of the murder.
There weren't?
Simply look at the crime scene photo, and Mr. Swallow's true cause of death is clearly visible.
That thing above him, is that a severed electric cable?
Precisely. Your client heartlessly pushed the victim toward that cable, hoping it would end his life, which, as we all know, was exactly the thing that killed Mr. Swallow!
Was that all just a trap?
The prosecution has presented a credible motive and explained the method of murder in this case.
Hold on! No one's proven Wright meant to kill him. Did he even know about the severed cable?
It's so sad. The defense has resorted to conjecture. Very well. I suppose I'll spare you from any further desperation and finish you off for good.
What do you mean by that?
The prosecution has a witness whose testimony is unassailable.
And who might that be, Mr. Payne?
This witness has had a horrifying image burned into their mind forever. They actually saw the murder as it happened.
Did they know?
She has already come up in this very trial. Her name is Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Oh, I knew that my sweet little Dolly would come and save me! My love!
Order in this court. I call Miss Dahlia Hawthorne to come to the witness stand.
Dolly! Oh!
I'm afraid this witness reeks of bad news for us.
I doubt that. In fact, this is just the news I've been waiting for. Your time's up, Dahlia Hawthorne.
If you would be so kind, who are you and what do you do?
Who, me? Well,
Oh, poor thing. There's no reason for you to be nervous, sweetie.
Yeah! If anyone even makes one rude remark toward you, I will make them eat their words!
I'll use my gavel to pound them in their buttholes!
No!
you're both sweet.
Oh, but of course.
It's my pleasure, dear.
I believe you'd asked for her name and occupation.
You're still the same as ever, Mia Faye.
Oh my! Does this mean the two of you are already acquainted?
We've met just once.
To answer your question, my name is Dahlia Hawthorne, a literature student at Ivy University. It's truly an honor to be here in the presence of such great legal minds.
I'm honored too.
Yet still we try to stay humble.
She wasted zero time getting the old boys wrapped around her little finger.
That day, I had gone over to meet Sweetie Feeney after class let out.
Who's that? Oh, the defendant?
Yes, sir. I came across Feeney and Dougie. They were having some sort of conversation behind the building. I was too far to hear what they were saying, but all of a sudden Dougie got angry and gave Feeney a big pow.
Say what? The victim powed the defendant?
Yeah, I didn't see Feeney do anything to deserve it. He had no choice but to shove him back after that. Poor Dougie slammed into the utility pole and snapped the electric cable. I could see Dougie get up and desperately try to skedaddle his way out of there, but Feeney followed him. He ran over and shoved him again from the back, knocking him to the ground. And at that exact moment that Dougie collapsed, I heard an extremely loud cracking noise. I thought my little heart was going to pitter-patter right out of my chest.
I want to pitter-patter all over your tits.
What the... What? Why? Why?
Well then, the witness's testimony makes it crystal clear how the murder happened, and the prosecution has also gathered corroborating testimony.
Oh? Who'd you get that from?
The science majors who were conducting experiments in one of the labs nearby. Allow me to read their prepared statement. Around 3 p.m., all of the electrical equipment in the lab simultaneously lost power.
So, was there a blackout?
Yes, there are logs of a blackout taking place at 2:55 p.m. The equipment in that particular lab requires high voltage to operate, which was being supplied by the cable that had been severed at that time. The defendant met with the victim at 2:45 that afternoon, and a mere 10 minutes later, he had caused the untimely death of poor Mr. Swallow. This is the shocking truth of what happened that fateful day!
There's little room for doubt. Thanks for your brave and helpful testimony.
Thank you. I couldn't hide the truth from you, Your Honor.
Objection! I hate to break it to you, but that's not going to fly.
Huh?
The only thing brave about her testimony is that she's risking perjury.
Really? In what way?
The electric cable was severed at 2:55. This must be when my client admittedly shoved the victim. But looking at the crime scene photo, we can see the victim's watch stopped functioning at 3:05. How can you explain the 10-minute gap? In the sworn testimony you gave the court, you stated that the incident took place mere moments after the cable was severed, right? I'll ask again. Do you have any reasonable explanation for this discrepancy? Tell me, Miss Hawthorne, why must you continuously spout these lies?
What?
It's almost like you're actively trying to frame your boyfriend.
But why would she want to frame me?
You seem to be a magnet for tragic incidents like this. The last one was only 8 months ago.
What happened then?
To jog your memory, this particular event took place in this courthouse. Observe.
What is it?
I remember now. What a shock that was.
Miss Hawthorne, you were on the scene as well when that terrible incident took place. When researching the investigation reports submitted at the time, I couldn't help but notice who was the prime suspect. It was you.
That's totally ludicrous.
Dolly was the prime suspect? I don't believe it.
The crime that rocked this courthouse 8 months ago has a link to this case.
Say
And what would that be, defense?
There was a trial going on. The defense lawyer summoned a witness to come in for questioning, and they are the link to this current case. The witness was Dahlia Hawthorne. She met the lawyer in the cafeteria downstairs. And that's where it all happened. Somebody laced the coffee that lawyer was drinking with poison, and Miss Hawthorne was named suspect number 1 in that crime.
Not my sweet Dolly. No, it's not true.
I have a request. No, a demand that Miss Hawthorne give sworn testimony regarding that incident before this court. Let me try that again.
Stand for this. I fail to see how an isolated incident has anything to do with this
Mr.
case.
Prosecutor? I believe I was speaking when you interrupted me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, dear.
I appreciate it. And what Miss Faye was saying is true. 8 months ago, I was under a suspicious eyeball.
You mean the police were eyeballing you?
That's why I want to set the record straight for good. And prove beyond any doubt I had absolutely no part in it.
But there's no need for you to go through all that trauma again.
The end goal of this trial today is to figure out who's at fault for a loss of life. You believe her testimony on that case will help us reach that goal?
I do.
Then the prosecution's objection is overruled.
I appreciate it, Your Honor.
Dolly.
All right, now that I've tied the two crimes together, I need to stay on the offensive. I've got this.
Excellent move, Miss Fey. I finally understand why you were so hell-bent on taking on this particular case.
I had my reasons.
Oh, this kind of spunk lights a fire inside me. Go on and take no prisoners. Give 'em hell.
Right. Things are about to get real. I'll make you proud. Just watch me.
Now, Miss Hawthorne, you know what's expected of you. Tell us about the events of 8 months ago.
That day, I was meeting with a lawyer in the cafeteria downstairs to discuss something. I left my seat briefly, just for a moment, and that's when it happened. When I came back to the table, I found him lying prone on the floor.
You say you left your seat for just a moment. How long was it exactly?
If I were to guess at a specific time, 10 to 20 minutes?
Why did you leave, and where did you go?
Well,
Huh. There are some things a lady doesn't need to divulge. Anyway, the police investigated her back then, so this line of questioning is redundant.
I concur.
According to the constabulary, they discovered some traces of a lethal poison in the coffee. Supposedly a special kind of poison.
What does that mean?
Well, supposedly a special kind of poison.
This music turns me on!
Damn it. I was thinking that too. I'm like, what is this music?
What? No way! Those swine! How dare they!
Obviously, they didn't find any poison on me. Nothing. So that proves my innocence.
She's right! My Dolly is the most innocent girl I've ever met!
About this poison, do you happen to know how large a dose he was given?
I don't. Sorry. They didn't tell me.
Oh, Miss Fey, according to the officer I spoke with, it was a liquid poison, small enough to be contained inside an eyedropper bottle.
That's not very much at all.
After the incident, the entire courthouse was turned upside down in the search. But unfortunately, there was no small vessel like that to be found anywhere in the building.
So, no trace of it.
By the way, if you would, can you tell us what you were here to discuss with the lawyer that day?
It was in regard to an incident that I was swept up in when I was just a little girl. For some reason, he wanted to talk to me about it.
Will you share with the court what that incident was?
Objection! Whatever it is, I'm sure it has absolutely nothing to do with this trial, Your Honor.
Objection sustained. The defense's question will hereby be stricken from the record.
You seem to get swept up, as you say, in a fair number of incidents, right? When you were younger, 8 months ago, and now this one.
Looking at the specifics of that case, the tragedy with the lawyer occurred on the 27th of August this past year. You certainly have had an abundance of misfortune.
Yes, that's true. Sometimes I feel like I must have been born under a bad sign.
My, what's wrong with you?
August 27th! That was our day of destiny!
Meaning what exactly?
That was the day Dolly and I first embarked upon our love journey together, inside this courthouse! You remember that magical moment, right, babe? When we first met down in the basement reading room?
Feeny, not now. That's between us.
You met Miss Hawthorne down there?
You bet! I was studying in the reading room when my angel descended. My soulmate was sent to me straight from heaven. The moment we laid eyes on each other, the air itself became electric. We're living proof of love at first sight. And she is so generous. She gave me this pendant right then, a symbol of our undying love. She took one look at me and said, "I want you to have this." And she shyly took it off her neck and put it on mine.
Oh, wow. So she gave this to you that very day? Just on a whim?
She did. It fills me with so much joy. I show it to everyone I meet. Joy is contagious, and I'm trying to
believe I
spread as
said
much
not
as I
now.
can. But she gets embarrassed so darn easily. So every time that we've met up lately, she tries to make me give it back to her.
Give it back? But it was a gift, right?
Seems odd to me.
Well, she's definitely a 1 in a million girl. Even on the day I met Doug, she was like, "Give it back," and I was like, "But I'm so proud of our love."
Feeny, stop!
Enough! I will have order!
Let go!
8 months ago, Dahlia Hawthorne left her seat at the table, and my colleague collapsed onto the floor. That same day, she met Mr. Wright in this building and gave him a strange pendant. It's perfectly clear to me now.
Well, that makes one of us.
Your Honor, I know what happened 8 months ago. And the one who poisoned that cup of coffee was this woman, Dahlia Hawthorne.
No, that's impossible. Remember? The police patted me down and searched me. Of course, they didn't find any trace of poison.
What's more, the poison container was nowhere to be found in the courthouse. You have no evidence to support this claim.
Because all you had to do was hide the container. Somewhere they wouldn't think to look for it.
But they searched everywhere, right? Every corner, high and low.
Tell us, just where did she hide it?
This is a pivotal moment. I've reached the point of no return. That day, after you had poisoned the lawyer's coffee, you left your seat so you could go and dispose of the evidence. Immediately afterward, by some miracle of fate, in the basement of this courthouse, you met your new boyfriend.
What? Hang on!
But in truth, what she'd really found on that eventful day was the perfect hiding place. Somebody completely unrelated. A person the cops would never think to search. A rube. That man is right there. Phoenix Wright!
What? No, don't tell me.
Hidden in the pendant?
There's a very high likelihood it contains the same deadly poison. If you look at it closely, you can see there is still some liquid remaining in the bottle. It must be analyzed at once!
Order! Order, please! Calm yourselves! Now, what's going on here?
Objection! On behalf of Sweet Dolly, I object!
Wait, seriously?
Damn it, Eric! Get the hell out of here!
No! It's not right!
My girlfriend would never do anything like that!
But how can you be so sure?
First off, because, there's no way she could have whipped up some kind of specialized poison.
Yeah, right! It took knowledge of advanced chemical processes to purify it.
Dolly's an artist! She would have no idea how to go about that!
Sorry. All she had to do was know where to find it. Just think. What was the victim's field of study? It was pharmacology, remember? If she could access his lab, she could then procure all manner of poisonous chemicals. Mr. Wright, I ask that you please hand over that pendant. If we can analyze it, you could leave this courtroom as a free man. What do you say?
What do you think? I say...
There's no freaking way! Where could he be going?
Bailiffs, don't let him leave the building!
The boy's gone nuts. Is he pleading insanity?
What is he thinking?
What kind of fool tries to flee a courtroom? Have you no sense, boy?
I'm sorry, sir.
If apologies worked in court, all of us would be out of a job!
Anyway, Mr. Wright, will you please hand over the pendant? You do have it, correct?
I'm sorry!
Sorry for what?
For pooping my pants.
What did he say?
Yeah, it was too big, so I had to break it into little pieces and chew it.
You did what? Mr. Wright, are you okay? That bottle, there was poison in it!
I bet you're really disappointed that he didn't die, huh? Aren't you, hag? Because the fact he's alive proves there wasn't any poison in there.
But that tiny little bit that was left probably wasn't enough to do anything. And besides, it has been 8 months. Maybe it lost its potency.
Think so?
Talking down to me.
I guess. In any case, right now, the victim is dead. The pendant is inside the defendant's belly. You don't have any decisive evidence against Miss Hawthorne. Or do you, defense? You're here to defend your client. Trusting him is the noble thing to do. It's actually rather heartwarming to see how much faith you've put in the boy. But the prosecution is no different. I would trust my very life on Miss Hawthorne's word. I take her testimony as absolute truth, which is why I state without fear of reproach that your deduction was pure fantasy.
Well, I'm done. What a total waste of my time. Can someone remind me who started this whole witch hunt and tried to drag a completely unrelated case into this one? I was under the impression we were here today to solve Dougie's murder. Am I wrong? Farting butthole.
Damn it.
The impression we were here today to solve Dougie's murder. Am I wrong? Old hag.
Whoa, Dolly?
I've almost got her. I can't let her just stroll out of here, but I have to find the evidence to nail her.
It seems you've reached a dead end.
Please, Mr. Wright. The truth. You need to start telling the truth. Not the lies she fed you. I know you're better than this. You can be a voice for justice.
I don't know.
The time has come for you to start doing what's right, Mr. Wright. We can't find the truth without your help.
Me? Really? You need my help?
Very well. Now that the cloud of suspicion surrounding Miss Hawthorne has been cleared up, the line of questioning regarding old cases will come to...
Hold it, Judge! I'm so sorry, Miss Faye. You believed in me and were willing to stake your reputation on my word. I've let you down.
Mr. Wright.
But I can't keep this up. I need to tell you what really happened.
It's not what you said!
Feeny, careful.
Sorry, Dolly. I'm done lying. I can't keep covering for you.
Feeny! Your time is up. It's his turn to testify.
I'll tell you everything I know about what happened that day. The day Doug Swallow was murdered.
Listen, man, you should stop seeing her.
What? How is our relationship any of your business?
Please, this is for your own sake. She's bad news, and that's putting it lightly.
You're lying!
There's something you need to know about her before you get hurt. She stole poison from our lab, and I'm scared of what she'll do with it.
No. Seriously?
Look, she's done it before. 8 months ago, a drug sample came up missing. We noticed it immediately after she dropped by the lab. I know it was her, without a doubt.
Shut your mouth! She's not like that! There's no way!
Bah! What rubbish!
Did Mr. Swallow really tell you all of that?
You're full of it! That's a lie and you know it!
After I pushed him, I got out of there as fast as I possibly could. But I got worried, so I came back a little bit later. And I saw Dolly kneeling over him. She was sucking his dick. But she told me that I had to swear on my life that I wouldn't tell anybody. I'm so sorry.
I knew it. She stole that poison 8 months ago, and now she's done it again. I can win this. With his testimony, I can finally make the link between the two cases. The night before Doug Swallow's young life was tragically cut short, Dahlia Hawthorne stole poison from his lab. Her motive was simple. She committed the theft because murder was next on her agenda.
To poison someone?
What? That's ridiculous! Doug Swallow's cause of death was electrocution.
He wasn't the person she intended to poison.
Huh? Then who?
We know that there was a certain item that you desperately wanted to get back into your possession, even if it meant killing someone.
Wait, you mean, Dolly?
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid the one Dahlia Hawthorne was trying to poison is here. Her boyfriend, Phoenix Wright.
My sweet Dolly. She really was trying to kill me?
Objection! Enough with all this poppycock. Miss Hawthorne is clearly in love with this man.
Yes, madly in love. I never hurt my Feeny. How could you say that? It's sick.
8 months ago, after you poisoned that coffee, you had yet another nefarious goal on your mind. Getting rid of the evidence. The pendant with the poison bottle had to be disposed of. Miss Hawthorne put her wiles to good use. She found someone who'd gladly take it from her. However, there was one big problem she didn't account for. Her love-struck Mark refused to give back her gift. Mr. Wright, excuse me, but have you ever wondered why she fell so hard for you that day and why you've stayed together all this time?
Well, because she
was after something. She wanted the pendant back. She got close to you for that crucial piece of evidence, her gift for a man she didn't know. To you, it was a treasure, a symbol of true love, and something you shared with anyone who'd look.
So, you mean the only reason she dated him was...
To get it back, even if it meant she had to murder him.
No. It's because we were in love, right?
Moron. Would you get out of the way already?
Dumb boy, how could any woman ever count on you to take care of things for her? I don't know how many times I told you to keep your big mouth shut about me.
You're worthless.
Witness?
I can tell you're
You've done it to yourself. It's all on you.
Oh, is it now? You have nothing concrete on me. You're screwed because this blubbering little man-child took your best piece of evidence and gobbled it up. You have no proof, and you still have the nerve to treat me like I'm some sort of homicidal maniac? I've wasted enough of my time here, so I'll be taking my leave.
We're not done yet.
Your Honor, I trust you'll discipline this nasty, overzealous old hag appropriately, won't you?
Hold it!
For what? Did you find your decisive evidence?
I refuse to let a person like you walk free.
Careful, Mia. If you keep badgering the witness like this, you could be forced to pay the ultimate price for it.
What do you mean by that?
He means the penalty could entail you being permanently stripped of your badge.
What? Really?
It's the truth. You'd be even more washed up.
If I don't back off, I could be putting my career in jeopardy. But I swore to fight for justice and uphold the law. What good is this badge if I abandon the fight so easily?
Very well. I order the defense to present any evidence it has against Miss Hawthorne.
Yes, Your Honor.
You stupid old cow.
The key to this whole thing is that poison she stole from the lab. And for me, it's do or die. Come on, Mia.
I've read a lot of books in my time studying literature, but you going down in flames is going to be one of my favorite stories. Maybe I'll write about it.
I believe in you, Miss Faye.
There is irrefutable evidence of Dahlia Hawthorne's crime, and I have it. Remember this? It's what kills Cold's dead. This bottle of Cold Killer Z the victim was holding.
Don't make me laugh. That's your killer proof, huh? Perhaps our rookie defense lawyer isn't feeling well either.
I'm fine. But no matter how I felt, I wouldn't be taking this. Especially not this particular bottle. 'Cause this stuff will kill more than just a cold.
Wait, you think it's poisoned?
Do you recall the defendant's testimony?
I've been trying to kill this cold with it, but I ended up losing the bottle somewhere that day. I could swear I had it on me till lunchtime, at least.
Lunchtime. That's when Miss Hawthorne made off with his bottle of Cold Killer Z. She knew he would take it, so she laced it with poison.
Bunk! Utter claptrap! If that's true, how do you explain why the victim was holding the bottle?
Think back to the crime that happened 8 months ago. Where did she hide the evidence after that went down?
And where would that be, defense?
In that instance, the poison was inside her pendant, which she made sure to quickly pass along to someone else. The boy she ran into in the reading room, Phoenix Wright. She used a similar tactic in this case with Mr. Swallow. My client says he left the scene immediately after he shoved the victim. She had seen and heard everything. The argument, Mr. Swallow's accusation. She watched as he was shoved. She also saw the severed electrical cable. She realized the victim would not remain silent about her crimes, so she decided to use the cable to guarantee he wouldn't tell anybody else.
If that's the case, then what do you make of the testimony she gave the court earlier?
Nothing but a well-rehearsed lie.
How could she have done it?
Well, she is a rather frail little thing, so it would take her some time to move Swallow's body to where she needed it, which explains the time discrepancy in the testimony. The 10 minutes between the cable falling and his death. At this point, another problem arose for Miss Hawthorne. The defendant, who she'd seen leaving the scene, came back. Also, because of the power outage, the students in the lab came out to investigate, which caused her to panic. After all, she was carrying something she did not want to be caught with, the bottle of poisoned cold medicine. The police had frisked her before. What if they did it again? It was the same situation she'd been in the last time. And so she did what worked so well for her 8 months earlier in the courthouse. She passed it off and placed it in the victim's hand.
This is so stupid. If you think anybody would believe this, you're crazy. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. The defense has gotten desperate. Don't worry, it's just drivel and nothing more.
Objection! As a matter of fact, I feel quite confident. However, speaking of desperation, Miss Hawthorne, are you willing to take this cold medicine? Huh? Mr. Wright ate that little pendant of yours. Care to do the same with this? If it's not poison, then what would be the harm? You've testified to the court about your innocence. So, why don't you take this chance to prove it? Right here and now!
Do you believe you can take me down forever? Okay, fine, you stupid hag. Enjoy it while you can.
I suppose I can allow you to claim victory this time around. Just know, this won't be the last you see of me. You and I will meet again. Of that I'm certain. I must be going now. Off to spend some time with the boys in blue. I wish you the best of luck. You'll need it.
Finally. It's over.
No, this is a total miscarriage of justice. You failed to present a drop of proof against her.
If you believe that, I should ask you, would you like to try a sample of this medicine?
Huh?
If she's as innocent as you claim, surely there's nothing harmful in this little bottle. It may even clear your sinuses.
Well, I don't really care to right now.
But going off of what you said earlier, I thought you would bet your very life Miss Hawthorne's word was the absolute truth.
Huh?
Well, rookie killer, why don't you show this rookie how it's really done? Do you still abide by your previous assertion of trust in her? If you're really willing to put your life on the line, just how much is that life worth?
Please, no! This can't be happening! Not my beautiful pompadour! It's flying right off my head! Oh.
Defense, I have a sneaking suspicion you may harbor some sort of grudge against Miss Hawthorne.
Your Honor, my feelings had nothing to do with this.
Very well, then. If there is no further testimony to be heard today, the court is ready to hand down the verdict for Mr. Phoenix Wright. Not guilty!
Dolly.
I declare this court to be adjourned.
Great work. Quite masterfully done.
I appreciate that. Thanks, Mr. Grossberg.
This case really made me think about something. Just how crucial it is to have a client relationship that is built on mutual trust.
Congratulations, Mr. Wright.
You know, I've been doing some thinking too.
About what?
Was that really her? Have I been that naive this entire time? The girl I loved, she would never have said and done all those terrible things. I'm such a bitch.
It's tough, but learn from this and move on. You pansy!
I know. You're right. Let me ask you this. About your job. Lawyers help people out whenever they're in trouble, right?
Well, that's my personal philosophy.
Nice. I've been thinking about taking some law classes, and it's got me thinking about taking some law classes because that's what I was thinking about. And after meeting you, I don't want to be a lawyer.
Oh, really?
It sounds like a really job. And you're not really good at it. And everyone hates you afterwards. I mean, not as much as if you're a voice actor in anime, but they still hate you.
Yeah. I finally settled the score for you, like I promised. I'll be back.
It's been 5 years since that case was closed. I did become a lawyer, and I even helped my old friend, but Mia's no longer with us. She's in a better place. Even though she's gone, she's here in other ways, and I can always hear her in my mind.
Phoenix, remember to always believe in your client, no matter what. The power of that trust will guide you through the toughest cases, like a light in the darkness.